Okay, so we have everything ready. We are ready to go. Stuff is starting to get pretty interesting over here. Um, so today, welcome to the live stream. If you are here, and if not, well, we're gonna continue with this. Today we have a high risk of severe weather, and if you don't know me from the last time you've watched me do this, which was the first time I did it, we had a moderate risk. Today we have a high risk for Oklahoma and southern Kansas, and we have a big area of severe weather across the Great Plains into the Midwest. This is the highest risk that can be forecasted and outlooked. And when a day like this is issued, it usually means that stuff is going to happen, and it's going to happen very, very quickly. And we have a very volatile atmosphere, and we will have severe weather in the general area in just a few minutes, if not an hour. We have stuff going on right now, but it's not anything to be concerned about. But in the next few hours and the overnight hours will be extremely, extremely, extremely active. And who knows? Just because they issued a higher risk, there are factors that can limit storms from developing. That is for sure. But usually a higher risk, when a high risk is issued, we usually see a major outbreak. Usually at this time. Alright, so now that we talked about the outbreak, or the outlook right here, actually, let me get into even more further detail. Everybody in this dark greenish marginal risk, you will see some general thunderstorms, even though I noticed earlier, just a few minutes ago in Tennessee, there has been tornado reports in that area and still is tornado warning ongoing in the area currently. But for the most part, you will see general thunderstorms, possibly severe. Just because they issued this marginal risk does not mean that you won't see severe weather. Because weather can happen anytime, anywhere, very rapidly. So pretty much you will see just general thunderstorms. If you're in the yellow risk, which is this slight risk right here, your chances of seeing severe weather increases a little bit. And almost all the time, somewhere in that slight risk, there's going to be severe weather. I know we've already had a tornado in South Dakota already. And we are currently having some severe thunderstorms in Nebraska as well. So your chances of seeing severe weather increases, but you are not in the risk for the worst of it, but you could see some very severe weather, and that includes tornadoes as well. So in this entire area from western Illinois to central South Dakota, pretty much most of Nebraska, Iowa, most of Missouri, Arkansas, probably the northwestern part of Arkansas, southeastern, the best case scenario for that is nothing happens over here. But anywhere in this yellow risk is you will have an increased chance of seeing severe weather. You might or you might not, depending on where you're at. We in this orange enhanced risk, almost 100% of the time, severe weather happens within that orange risk. Almost 100% of the time. Whether or not you'll see tornadoes, hail, or wind or not is the question. The risk increases for seeing severe weather or seeing any storms at all. Almost 100% of the time you'll see storms, but you will only see tornadoes maybe 10% of the time. So hopefully nothing too bad happens, even though there are already storms already firing, which we will get into. So if you're in that risk, you need to heed warnings. Actually, if you're in any of these risks, heed the warning, because you never know what can go on, because sometimes with these events anything can happen. The red, moderate risk, that is more centralized on more of the southeastern part of Kansas, most of central and northeastern Oklahoma. Anybody who's in that risk needs to watch out. Anybody in that risk, anybody in that zone needs to watch out. From the enhanced risk to the moderate risk, anybody in that zone needs to watch out. Because almost 100% of the time, severe weather does occur in that area. And about, let's say, 45 to 50% of the time, tornadoes occur in that area as well. And so everybody in that zone needs to watch. Pretty much if you're in this entire risk, underneath a tornado watch, underneath a severe thunderstorm watch, or underneath the tornado warning, pretty much if you have a severe weather alert of any kind, you need to heed that warning and prepare for the worst. That's all you pretty much can do. And if it gets if like a storm pops up and it gets close to you and a tornado warning does occur, please watch out and please heed the warnings and keep looking at the weather, because this is supposed to last until overnight. So this event will last quite a long time. I won't be streaming for that long. I'm only going to be streaming until maybe 8 o'clock, if that, because I have stuff that I need to do. But I just wanted to get on this and do this real quick and try to watch if stuff does happen. Hopefully get that out there before I stop this. So yeah, and then last but not least, we have the highest outlook of today and the highest overall that the Storm Prediction Center can issue, which is the higher risk, which is centralized over central, north central, and south central, or north central Oklahoma and central Oklahoma and south central Kansas. Great south central Kansas. Everybody in that high risk, you got to prepare. You need to make sure that you are ready to get in a safe area when a storm is near you, because most of them storms will be severe, and it's almost a guarantee. 75%, if not 80% of the time, they're gonna have all hazards: wind, hail, tornadoes, you name it, they're gonna have it, and you need to prepare. Be prepared to get in a storm shelter when the time is right. And make sure you guys, make sure you guys have like a device that you can check the weather or listen to your local news station, because you're going to need it. You're going to need to make sure you have that with you at all times through the night tonight. Because we do have, like I said, a high risk for that area, and everybody in that zone needs to watch. Everybody in the moderate risk needs to watch. Everybody in the enhanced risk needs to watch, as well as the slight and marginal risks, because you can see severe weather in them risks too. But the people that are in the enhanced risks and higher need to heed the warnings and keep an eye out on their weather. If you see skies getting dark, time to go inside, time to get prepared, because it might be time to, get in a storm shelter. Just saying. So what we have here oops, what we have here is a huge tornado risk right now for this area, and a 30% chance of tornadoes centralized in that high risk zone, and 15% usually in that moderate risk zone, and 10% chances all across the enhanced risk zone. But a 10% significant tornado probability is issued all the way from great northern Texas along the Red River all the way up till most of Kansas. And if you're in any of this, you gotta watch out. You need to make sure you are watching or listening to the weather to make sure that you know what's going on. Because if you don't know what's going on, you are putting yourself at risk. Wind, again, over here in southwestern Kansas, or southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, where Tulsa's here, and I do believe I forget what town is over there, but I know there's a city over there. But Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then southeastern part of Kansas has a 45% chance of seeing severe gusty winds, and anywhere in this 15% to 30%, all along this area, everybody needs to watch for high winds. Tornadoes are going to be the biggest threat for today and are going to be centralized in this area. Hail is also a big problem as well, significant hail. They are calling for large hail today. So, yeah. I'm not going to say too much more about these two. I'm more worried about those. But, again, any of these storms will have all of these hazards no matter where you're at in the risk from the slight, enhanced, moderate, or high. Don't matter. You need to make sure that you are aware of the weather and what's going to happen today, or this evening and tonight. So, you gotta watch it. Okay, let's go to the models real quick. We are going to check these models out. You guys probably don't know anything about these, so I'm just gonna check them real quick. So let's see. So about 0Z, what's going on here? Yeah, tonight is going to be where the most stuff's gonna happen. Tonight's gonna be incredibly severe. Alright, let's check right around there. What's going on over here? There's still big risk. So much cape in this area over here, though. There is so much cape in this area over here. So, like I said before, always heed the warnings. Okay, let's get to the coverage. We got one tornado warning right now, and that is in Oklahoma. We're going to take a look at these storms. And already you can see a bunch of these storms are starting to get consolidated and become very severe. Some of them are in lines, and some of them are discrete. The discrete ones is what you really have to worry about, because those are the ones that will produce your significant weather, including tornadoes. And I see a couple here that really need to watch out. Actually, all three of these need to be watched out. I am surprised that there's not a tornado warning on that one, and there's not a tornado warning on this one. But I have to look at velocities to really make sure. Alright, let's look at this. Let's look at the one that has the tornado warning on it. Let's see what we have. Yeah, there is rotation right here. You see the reds right here. And then the greens right there. Right here is the rotation right there. And if I go back to reflectivity, you can see the rain starting to wrap around like this, making a little hook, which is what we call a hook echo. and then this whole entire storm. This is what a supercell looks like on radar, if you guys didn't know that. Let's go to the northernmost cell now. I see rotation with this cell. Everybody who's in this tornado warning in the path of this needs to watch out, because it may drop a tornado very, very soon. Has the potential to drop a significant tornado. All these storms in this area have the potential to drop significant tornadoes. Cheyenne Valley, right now is the time that you need to take shelter. And the town's gonna get impacted, probably gonna get issued another tornado warning, will be West Clio, Clio Springs, Orienta, McWillie, Helena, Carlisle, Goltree, Mino, Ringwood, Lahoma. Anybody who's in these counties will need to watch out. This storm is chugging along. Haven't got an update on velocities yet, and my goodness, there might be a tornado with this one. And this doesn't have a tornado warning on it. Let's look at it. It's got some broad rotation, but man, it looks, holy moly. It definitely looks like it's got pretty good rotation if it's doing one of these things. You can actually see some birdwing action going on here, which is a classic supercell type structure. You got your bird wings, and you got your hook, and you normally would have like this thing. We might see some of them today. So, but I still think they need to issue a tornado warning just for precautions. If not because it has a rotation in it. All right, this storm down here. Let's check out this storm down here. Check velocities. Yeah, it's got rotation as well with it. It's actually got a couple areas. It's got one right there. It's got one right here. And I think there's a bunch of turbulence in it. So yeah, that one's got pretty good structure. I mean, these things are dropping a lot of hail too. At least 2 inches of hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts as well. I feel like the storm that has the most capable of producing a tornado would be this one that has a tornado warning on it. But they are all capable of producing tornadoes. And this isn't the whole entire risk. Because you don't see any more storms over here or over there does not mean that it's like, oh, once these pass it'll be over. No, we have the entire night to deal with. We have the entire night. So because you see those storms there not really doing anything, you don't see a whole line of storms. No, because there's going to be rounds and rounds after this one. There's going to be this wave, there's going to be another round of storms coming after that one, and those are the ones that they're looking at. Because on these models, not this, that's not what I was looking for. On the models, if I go farther and farther into the night, the risk increases throughout the night. Especially right here. The risk increases. There is nothing stopping from these storms developing. I'm just saying that right now. There is absolutely nothing in the way of these storms from developing. It's got a little bit of convective inhibition, but nothing that will heed any sort of, like, will hold off any of them. There's too much convective available potential energy in the atmosphere for storms to not form. There's too much of it. And from what they're saying that it's supposed to last overnight too. The general risk for like 0Z, I still have to learn what Z times mean. So the most unstable cape right now There's all kinds of stuff. You'd even look at the significant tornado parameter, and it's going to be high, probably the highest you'll ever see it. When you're looking at it right now, you're not really seeing too much. You're maybe seeing it right here. Yeah, so the place it's gonna see probably tornadoes is right here, along in Kansas and northern Oklahoma. 'Cause they do got some pretty. They don't have any convective inhibition. They don't have anything over here. They don't have nothing. Zero, zilch, nada. Supercell composite. Let's see what we got. There's an increase. Yep, an increase is there. Full. It just goes off, and it's still going. And it's still. Oh my! It's still going. Still going. Goodness gracious! What does this look like? Hold on. Let me look at that. Maxed out there. Oh man. Oh boy. Yeah, it's gonna be a long night. Goodness gracious. It's almost maxed out completely. This is for 057, so this is way into tomorrow morning. See, 9.2. We are maxed. We are maxed. We have 43.6 of supercell probability right now. For Tuesday. That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow, like tomorrow morning. Yeah. Winds veering. Cape. Moist layer. Goodness gracious. Long photograph. Critical angle. The more you can get that critical angle close to 90 degrees, the better chances of storms rotating. Goodness gracious. Okay then. Alright, well, enough of that. Let's close out of that. Let's go back to Omega. I haven't heard anything right real quick. Let's see what these
tornado parameter. We can look at that on the cell for this moment before we started the stream. I knew this would happen. You know, if we didn't see it.
These guys are. We got storm chasers here. We got a couple of them. They got 1, 2, 3. I think there's another one. There's actually 3 of them right on this one storm that's looking way better. And another one. Okay, so we got crap ton of we got a crap ton of storm chasers. We got 5 of them on this one storm. We got one that's up here in Kansas, and we got 2 of them down here on this storm. So if we're gonna see a tornado, we're gonna see them from the storm chasers on radar. This storm is looking absolutely insane. And the rotation is getting better and better with each passing scan. There actually might be a tornado with this one. Oh boy. Differential reflectivity and the lower values there. Reflectivity. Actually, it's actually gonna be down here if there is gonna be a tornado. I want to look at a radar scope. We got a radar scope pulled up too, because it's got a better velocity look. So we're gonna. Yeah, that's where the rotation's at. Oh, I'm not even on there. There we go. Now we can probably see it way better. Yeah, it's a little there. I'm more worried about this storm down here, though. This storm looking pretty good. They're probably going to issue a new tornado warning for the southern storm down here. The northern storm, it could do something. It's struggling right now because the storm south of it's choking it off and trying to be the more dominant supercell. But these three are supercells nonetheless. But this one's sort of dying out. But yeah, we got. Oh, excuse me. There actually might be a tornado right here. Right there. We line that up with the reflectivity. It might line right up. We shall see in the next couple scans if that shows a debris signature right there. Because you can tell, you can see debris on reflectivity and correlation coefficient. That's what you use to see debris on, if you didn't know that already. Shows a debris signature right there. So, let's go back to here. That's not back to that. Yep, they issued it. They issued a new tornado warning. So, it's still radar indicated. Oh yeah, it's got a heck of a wall cloud. Take a look at this. Man, oh man. I'm also gonna have to eat here pretty soon too, as well, so that. And this guy's camera's shaking all over the place. All over the place.
White Subaru.
Looks like the wall cloud on this storm might be dying a little bit. Try to recycle maybe. I think that's probably what it's trying to do. Because the atmosphere is just getting started. It is just getting started. This is because it's like still daylight out and storms aren't happening does not mean, like I said before, there's still a possibility for stuff to happen. Like this entire night is going to be insane. Like the atmosphere is just getting started, just getting warmed up. So yeah, it's still trying to turn into some sort of yeah, the radar product here isn't really picking up anything anymore. Turn that off. Velocities. Yeah, this velocity thing's way better. What about storm relative? The rotation is right here. If I can pick right there. We'll go back to reflectivity. It's actually right on that ball. Right on that tail end of that storm. This storm is looking way, way better, more and more as it gets closer to this radar up here. If this produces a tornado, it might hit the radar. We might actually be down one radar. That's rotating more and more. I'm questioning why they haven't issued a tornado warning for that storm yet. I'm questioning why they haven't issued a tornado warning for this storm yet. This storm is looking more impressive. Each passing scan I see, and I am wondering why they haven't added a tornado warning yet. Because it's looking very... See, there's a storm chaser down on this storm now. Oh, this is the same... Let's see what's going on. Nothing's really happening. Wow.
The RFD.
Not.
See how curvy this road is.
That's not really helpful.
Well, it's gonna take a minute here.
Okay. That's why we do that. So, yeah, I don't know why they haven't added a tornado warning. They need to. They really do need to. They really need to add a tornado warning for that, for this storm. But yeah. So, new tornado warning for the same areas that I mentioned before. And they actually added it longer. So, we have storm chasers retreating to Cleo Springs. So I'll say them again. West Cleo, Cleo Springs, Ringwood, Lahoma, Blanton, Jonah, Carrier, and Tuna. Hillsdale, Goldtree, Helena and McWillie, Carlisle, Nash. Anybody in this tornado warning? Enid. Holy moly, that's a big populated area. Enid needs to watch out for this storm down here. This storm is moving at a very rapid pace, and it's moving. Hang on, let me leave reflectivity and then play it. These storms are so robust. Yeah, that storm is heading directly for Enid. This storm down here. Enid might get the north end of it. A storm chase. All these storm chasers are. This guy's in fucking. Hang on. Pause that. These guys are in fucking. Wow. Gorgeous storm right here. Gorgeous storm. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, man. Fucking chat. Yuck. Tornado warning for that storm, please. I hope they realize that these storms are still rotating. Nashville needs to do something about these storms because they're still rotating. We're very grungy though. This storm is the one I'm more worried about. Work. It's interesting. All these storms are interesting. Over here. Put my headphones on. Yep, I knew that storm was gonna. Man, oh man. They're really, really trying to save off the tornado warnings. Yeah, that storm is pretty much just these storms up here are just getting in a cluster now. Like I said before though, these storms, this is not the only thing that's going to happen. Just because you don't see anything else happening around it does not mean that this is the only thing going on. This event is supposed to last all night long into tomorrow, and we are going to see probably some significant weather in the next couple hours. I wouldn't be surprised if they issued a new tornado watch for the area over here in Arkansas and Missouri. Because I think they already were talking about it in a mesoscale discussion, which I have to turn those on because I am not getting anything from the National Weather Service right now. Nope. Outlooks. Let's close that. I don't have anything right now. But yeah, this event is going to be pretty interesting. The storm over here is still trying to rotate. Still has a tornado warning on it. Storm chasers are all over it. They think this is the storm that's going to be the one to watch. No, there hasn't been any, Tristan. But there might be later tonight. There might be later tonight. We've had a couple confirmed tornadoes so far today, but they haven't been in the actual general risk. Funny enough, there's been, I think, one or two in Tennessee, and I think there was that one in South Dakota, but none over here. Which is interesting. But so far, we haven't had any problems in this area yet. That is yet to be determined. Let's check again. That storm's still trying. Storm is still trying. The storm down south, though, is really starting to get its act together. Really starting to... Atmosphere is just getting warmed up. I gotta turn on mesoscale discussions. That's a new severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, they issued a new one for. Let's see what these are doing up here. And yeah, so we got a QLCS. That is moving towards Omaha. Omaha needs to watch out because there could be some damaging gusty winds. A new mesoscale discussion just got issued. Let's see if any new tornado watches have been issued. And there has not yet. Omaha. Alright, let's see if it... That's a new severe thunderstorm warning. The line is starting to become consolidated up here in the northern part of the risk. Down south, actually, there's actually two. That one just got canceled. There's this one. Both of these have tornado possibles on it. And I'm surprised they still have not. New severe thunderstorm warning. That's a new one. Another new severe thunderstorm warning. That would be right there. Why did they... Okay, interesting. So where was that new one at? Was it this one? No. '56. It was one of these, probably. Nope, I can't find it. So I think these two are the newest ones that were currently cool. Okay. So I think that was new tornado warning. Yep. Oh boy. So new tornado warning for this storm up over here. Let's turn off the tornado watches because we don't need them anymore. I only need it if there's yep. Oh boy. Yeah. Embedded supercell along a QLC line. Line segment, I should say. This entire thing isn't connected yet. This is a line segment. It's turning into a QLCS. But a new tornado warning for Kansas, northern Kansas. And it's for this embedded supercell that's along this QLCS line. Probably something like that for what we see. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yep, that's a nice little Bit of rotation right there. So, everybody that's along Route 9, Vinning, Clifton, take your shelters, please. Because you have a storm that is possibly producing a tornado right this second. And anybody in this path, anybody in the path of this entire line segment of storms is going to probably have damaging winds with it. So, alright, mesoscale discussion. Quasi-discrete storms, QLCS tornadoes will still be possible within a linear segments, which is what we do have here. Which I won't be surprised if we have any tornadoes today. And these storms down here. These storms... Goodness gracious. I don't know if that's contamination or what, but all these storms look like they can have rotation and spin up at any point. Struggling. That storm's struggling. That storm is no longer existent. This one, on the other hand, and the one behind it is actually... They're both getting their acts together. This one is now starting to rotate. The one that's heading towards Putnam is now starting to rotate. That was a new severe thunderstorm warning. That one's for this one. That one's for Kansas as well. Yeah, but both of these, especially this one near Canton, Oklahoma, that one, both of these are looking very impressive. In fact, there actually might be a tornado on the ground. Man, if these chasers were driving towards it, they might see something. These guys are definitely trying to look for something. It's Chaser Mayhem out there. Don't need that. Chaser Mayhem out there. These guys are still on the storm, and this storm, it is sucking a lot of inflow in. The storm is ingesting a lot of inflow. This whole entire red area, it literally outlines the entirety of the storm. And it's ingesting all that inflow. And if I go to reflectivity, you can see that right there. Right there. Perfect. Perfect outlines. So this thing is actually rotating a lot more. Earlier we seen it. Yep, it's wrapping. Yep, that's producing a tornado. That is definitely producing. Does any of these guys have a visual on this thing? Anybody on this thing has a visual. Holy moly, Brandon. You need to fix your stream, buddy. Oh, wow. Yep. There it is. Right there it is. Big ass. Look at this. Big wall cloud. Rotation. Funnel clouds probably right there underneath that. If not, that's a tornado on the ground possibly. This is your wall cloud. That is classic, and that is a beauty. That is a beauty. This is the storm to watch. It's now, yep, it's producing. That is producing. If not, it's on the ground already. It's probably on the ground. That's on the ground. Holy moly, what's that? What is this? Is that on the ground? Is that a debris signature I see? Apparently that's an interesting signature. But yeah, this tornado warning. That storm is definitely producing a tornado. It's definitely. Yep, it's going right over Carlisle too. Alright, everybody. Goldtree. Need us to take. Helena, you're getting hammered with hail. Goldtree, Hillsdale, Nash. You guys need to take your shelter because this storm is producing a tornado. This storm is producing a tornado. It will be producing a tornado. We're just gonna sit here and watch this guy stream. Because that's where the tornado will come from. That's exactly where it'll come from. That's the wall cloud. This is the wall cloud spinning this way. There's your funnel cloud right then and there. This thing is rotating right here. If there's a tornado that's going to happen, it is going to happen right here in front of us. We will watch a tornado develop right here in front of us. Credit to Vince Walty. There is right there. We're just gonna watch this for a few seconds. The rain is clearing out. The rain is clearing out. You can see the mesocyclone in all of its glory. The wall cloud, mesocyclone, wall cloud, and possibly funnel cloud right there. That's it. That's it right there. If you are in the path of this thing, you need to watch out for it. Look at that rotation up there. That's trying to produce. That is literally trying to produce right there. Right there. Okay, this guy's moving now. This guy's moving. Okay. Radar scope. I'm gonna put you over here. What the hell? No. Over here. Here are these guys. Trying to produce right there in front of us. Your camera is very blurry, Vince. Storm is this radar scope is lagging behind. Okay. Yeah, this thing is churning. Oh yeah, that's producing a tornado, all right. Debris signature. That's debris, probably. It's on the ground. It's going to be on the ground here, right in a few minutes. This storm is wrapping itself around. It is producing. That's the funnel cloud right there in front of us. Vince has got it right there. Right there. That's where it's gonna be. He's really close. He's gonna have to move here pretty second. He's gonna get hammered with the RFD wrapping right back around it. But that's a funnel cloud. If not, that's a tornado. That's a tornado right there. Alright, let's get a farther view from this. This guy's right on it, too. This guy is right on it. He's getting blasted with the RFD. Yep, there he goes. There he goes. So that guy got blasted with the RFD. He's right on it. Vince, you're going to have to move into a different location, my guy. You're going to have to move. But that is right there. That's it right there. This thing has... That's the update? There's no way that's the update. Okay, this thing is going to get way more tornadic. If it Okay, this storm down here. Both of these storms now. Alright, it's both of these. They need to issue a tornado warning for this southern storm. I said already, the storm near Canton needs a tornado warning. It's gonna need it. Very, very soon. Connor is not having a good time driving through that heavy rain. That's the funnel cloud right there that we just saw. Is it on the ground? I think it might be on the ground, but it's the funnel cloud right there. It's trying to. It's not a beautiful, wall cloud, but that's a funnel cloud. That is. It's trying to produce. Radar scope is freaking lagging behind. It is lagging behind. Definitely trying to produce, though. It's definitely trying to do something. I think it was a confirmed tornado at one point. Yep. Okay. It's been observed. They observed it. It's now observed. There it is. It's confirmed. Confirmed. You guys did an amazing job confirming this. I'm glad we had some eyes on it. It's not a huge tornado, but it's a tornado nonetheless. Because it doesn't have to touch all the way to the ground. It doesn't have to touch all the way to the ground to be a tornado. You just need a circulation at the top, circulation on the ground. Bada boom, bada bang, there's your tornado. I don't think this is in that picture anymore. As a matter of fact, that was a tornado though. He's behind it. Everybody's behind it now. Okay. Alright. Let's go check down with Brad Arnold. Let's see what kind of storm he's got. And that's a scary looking storm. That's a gnarly looking storm. This storm is also rotating. And it's actually, what it's doing, it's actually ingesting a lot of inflow. This thing is going to produce. This storm right here. This is it right here. This is the wall cloud. This is the rotating wall cloud right there. This is an interesting. Let's see. Connor Croft is still trying to find his position. You are not going to get doing that, driving straight through rain. But this thing is ingesting a lot of inflow. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Okay. What is the National Weather Service in Norman doing? What are they doing? There's no tornado warning for this. There's no tornado warning for this storm. What are they doing? Norman, both of these storms are tornadic. This one's producing, or at least it already produced and already been there, done that. It's gone. And they're underneath the rotating wall cloud right now. So the tornado is no longer on the ground. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But I'm still trying to freaking wonder why they haven't issued a tornado warning for this storm. Look at this storm. Look at this thing. This thing is rotating, and they haven't issued anything for this storm yet, besides a thunderstorm warning. Besides a severe thunderstorm warning. It needs a freaking tornado warning. Like, it needs it now. Like, no joke. It needs it now. That's the storm that was ingesting all that inflow. This is the storm that was ingesting all this inflow. Look at this. That is all inflow. If not, that's a tornado. I'm pretty sure that's just inflow. Yeah, that's just inflow. It's ingesting all that inflow. This is going to produce a tornado here in a second. It's going to produce. It is going to. They need a tornado warning here. Like, really soon. They need it now. They needed it 5 minutes ago. They also need a tornado warning for this storm up here. I didn't press play. This is broad circulation now, but they still need it. Oh, man. National Weather Service in Norman, what are you doing? What are you doing? There's a tornado with that. There's a tornado with that. There's gotta be. ZDR is very low in that area. That's a rotating wall cloud. Why is nobody on this storm? And why isn't there no tornado warning on it? Oh, man. Well, I don't know if Norman knows this, but that's going to be a tornado. There's no way that this is not going to be a tornado. Look at this. Hook is wrapping around like that. What are they doing? This is literally rotating. Right now as we speak, it's probably producing a tornado right now as we speak. This thing is starting to get its act back together. I don't know how you guys aren't noticing this. Okay, somehow my radar just completely died. There it is. Okay, yeah. This storm over here near Gultree, it no longer has a tornado with it, but it's still rotating, and it can wrap up again. It can and probably will wrap up again. Because like I said before, this atmosphere is just getting started, and it's all by its lonesome. It is all by its lonesome up here. You just got this storm down here, and this storm all the way down there that is producing a tornado warning as we speak, or producing a tornado as we speak right now. That is literally producing a tornado. That is literally producing a tornado. That's a tornado on the ground. That's on the ground. National Weather Service in Norman. Yeah, there you go. Finally. Finally. Thank you, National Weather Service. Holy moly. I think my alarm's broken on this thing, but yeah, that's a tornado now. That is a tornado. That's literally a tornado. That has to be. There's no way that's not a tornado. That's a tornado. That is a tornado. Lower values of ZDR lines up almost directly with velocity. Correlation coefficient drop. There's probably a tornado with that. That thing is rotating absolutely. And it's probably producing a tornado, if not has already produced. So, everybody, Putnam, I think you might be fine. I think you might be okay. If not, it went right over you. Unfortunately, the National Weather Service in Norman didn't issue this till the last minute. This might have included and been just one and done. Oakwood, you need to watch out. Canton, again, you need to watch out. Connor Croft actually sees this storm now. But he's still not in a good position. This storm is struggling. This storm is struggling, and it's struggling bad. Storm is struggling. This storm is now, I'm preemptively saying this because you have this big swath of red and then this big swath of green and blues. If they can tighten up together, that is going to be a extreme tornado. That is going to be an intense tornado. If that's what the storm is trying to do, if that's what's doing what I'm thinking it's doing, if it is trying to get that done and wrapped together, it'll produce a very significant tornado. Hands down. So excuse me, holy moly. You guys hear background noise. It's probably my sister mowing. So alright. Yeah, that storm is still trucking along. But these storms are starting to catch up with it. It's still rotating. Velocity signatures just went off the charts. Radar scope. Time to go to radar scope. Yeah. It's radar indicated. Okay. It's still rotating. This storm north of it now is starting to pick up its speed. That's starting to rotate now. They extended a tornado. My shit's not working. My alert system is not working. There's 4 tornado warnings? Where's the other tornado warning? Oh, wow. There's one all the way up here. I didn't even realize. Okay, I gotta fix something with my, because my alerts are not helping. Alright, now hopefully I can get notified. New mesoscale discussion. There's actually two new mesoscale discussions. One up there and one down here. Another one over there. But we're going to read these two because these are tornado watch. Alright. Storms will move east-northeast out of Nebraska into western and eventually parts of central Iowa. Damaging winds and QLCS tornadoes will be possible. 80% watch issuance. So there'll be a new tornado watch for that area, possibly. That was an hour ago. Well, actually, let's see here. What was that? Central Daylight Time. So they just did that now. They just did that right now. This one. Let's check this one out. They did that a couple minutes ago. Yep. Just like I said, I just said this earlier. The threat is not over. This is not it. This is not the last time we're gonna see these. It's going to get worse overnight. Like they said here, the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma, is stating that the threat for strong and potentially long-track tornadoes is expected to increase into this evening, and very large hail will also be possible with any supercell. But it's not a new watch, but they are looking at that general area, and they are saying that the potential for long-tracked and violent, strong tornadoes, the risk will increase, and is expected to increase tonight. Which, when they mean that, it means in the next few hours. Let's see here. I'm gonna take a minute to read this entire description real quick. I'm gonna read this entire discussion. So just bear with me. All right. Let's see here. So they are aware of these 3 supercells. This thunderstorm warning. Wow, helicity is supposed to increase. That's not going to be good. Strong to extreme instability. Rapid increase in potential for strong and possibly long-track tornadoes as storms spread northeastward this evening. So they're expecting this to last for a while. 5-5. They just added that. That was the new one they added. Okay. I'm gonna have to go eat pretty soon, but that's okay. Nothing too terrible things is happening here, so possibly. Alright, so they can't so the tornado warning that was over here in Helena has been canceled. But other than that, tornado warning still continues for places like Palm Creek, Kremlin, Hunter, and Jefferson, and is still for southeastern Alfalfa County, northwestern Oklahoma, southwestern Grant County, northern Oklahoma, and northwestern Garfield County in northern Oklahoma. Yeah, so it's not confirmed anymore. just take a look at that storm, and oh man, it's doing exactly what I said it was going to do that I didn't want to do. I didn't want it to do this, but it's doing it anyways. Is doing it anyways. That's not good. This storm will probably produce a significant tornado, probably somewhere near Lamont or Ponca City. What I see it's doing, oh man. Okay, so tornado warning still continues down here for Oakwood and Canton and Putnam, but Putnam you should be safe if the storm south of you doesn't reach your vicinity. So tornado warning still is in effect for northern Blaine County, northwestern Oklahoma, and southeastern Dewey County, northwestern Oklahoma. But they need okay, we're gonna look at these storms. Yeah, they need a tornado warning for this storm over near Keene. They need it. And they need it badly. The storm over near Oakwood's going nuts. And the storm north of this is tightening up its large area of outflow and inflow. That's going to be a significant tornado if it continues to track the way it's doing. It's doing what I said it was going to try to do. Nope, can't get that. Let's go to Vince Walty again. The thing is still rotating. Okay. Vince Walty has probably some of the best coverage I've seen in a while. Okay, they updated the warning. Still radar indicated, but I will have no doubt that this storm will produce significantly. Okay, so we have another storm down here that is also... We have two storms down here. We got one south of the one that's tornado warned. We have a line of these storms here. We have a line. This one's looking alright, and then one south of it's also looking like it's getting its stuff together. And they're all by their lonesome. They are all by their lonesome. There's nothing around these storms. At all. This storm up here is still doing its thing. It's still got a pretty good ZDR arcs. That's also going to live. That's another thing that we need to watch as well, is the tiny storms like that. Because at any moment they can get into some really rich atmospheric conditions and can rapidly expand and grow and turn severe. Good thing is that one doesn't have rotation in it. The ones down here, unfortunately, do. And unfortunately, too, that this entire storm is getting its shit probably gusted out. It might get this entire line right here. It looks like it's probably getting gusted out. If not, it's starting to rotate. Its updraft's getting blown to pieces, so it's probably going to die here pretty soon. This storm down here still has a very strong updraft. Still spinning too. Still spinning. And it's dropping large amounts of hail. Right there. O'Keene is getting large amounts of hail. Yeah. Large amounts of hail. O'Keene's getting hail. Oakwood just had hail. Connor Croft is now on that storm down there. and he is pointed in probably the wrong direction. All right, let's see. Let's watch. Let's stick around and watch this storm. Oh man, yep, beautiful wall cloud. It's a high base too. If it drops a tornado, man, storm chasers are gonna have. Wow, that picture just went out. I just closed Radar Omega. I'll open that back up. I might be on here longer than what I said I was gonna be. So all these guys just abandoned him. All these people up here are now down here, down south. Brad Arnold is in this town. He's in Watonga. Sweet. They're trying to get to that storm and the storm south of it because they both look like they're going to try and do something if they haven't already. Connor Croft is right in the smack dab in the middle of the storm. And I'm going to stick with this guy for a bit because he might get a good visual on this sucker. We shall see. We shall see. Been streaming for an hour and a half now. What is going on? I don't like the looks of what the storm is trying to do. It's definitely trying to get all that outflow wrapped in its inflow. Funny feeling. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave this guy on stream on here until I see something worth noting. But the only thing I'm gonna note right now is that all three of the supercells are capable of producing at any moment right now. Because there's rotation with the one in the middle as well, which is why I'm kind of questioning of the reasons of why the National Weather Service in Norman hasn't issued a tornado warning for that storm either. Because it does have rotation. And it has strong inflow. Both of these storms do. Both of these down here have rotating updrafts. Both of them do. I'm over here looking at radar scope over here on this screen. Whose is this? Connor. I have Connor's live stream on this one. He's going away from the storm, so I guess we don't really need to look at him anymore until he gets to a good vantage point. But like I said before, both of these storms... Yep, okay, there's the new tornado warning. There's the tornado warning. Radar scope is slow. Well, now it just popped up on radar scope. Radar scope is slow. This one gets all the updates. So there we go. Nice. Alright. Now we can look at it. So new tornado warning now. My shit's still not working. maybe if I turn on desktop notifications. I don't know why, but oh man, getting its act together. That's for sure. Getting its act together. Definitely. Both of these look like they're about to get their act together. This one's grungy up here. If that can get its act together, we got 3 supercells getting their act together. Alright, I'm gonna do a different thing now. Going back to this one. Oh boy. So we got a new tornado warning here for O'Keene, which you should be out of the air. We should be out of the risk for this storm, but you have another storm behind this one that could produce a tornado as well. You might be in another tornado warning after this one, after this storm goes through. So O'Keene, Wacomis, Hennessy, you need to be in your safe space right now. So we have a tornado warning that has been issued for northwestern Kingfisher County in central Oklahoma, northeastern Blaine County in northwestern Oklahoma, southwestern Garfield County in northern Oklahoma, and southeastern Major County in northwestern Oklahoma. So we have this storm right here. Look at this massive, massive hook. Massive. This storm is massive. And it's ingesting all this inflow. All that inflow. Look at it. When it's ingesting this much inflow, it's probably producing, if not going to produce, a tornado. And oh man. Yeah, this one's going to produce a significant tornado. If not right now, it will. It will. Because velocities are strong, left flank velocity enhancement, and then inflow. It is ingesting so much inflow. So much inflow is being ingested into this storm. And massive ZDR arc. That is a massive ZDR. And this is a lowering. That's lowering. That's lower clouds in the atmosphere that are low to the ground. Not lower in the atmosphere, but like lower in the ground. Okay. The ZDR up here. Oh, man. The ZDR up. Oh, man. That storm is doing exactly what I didn't want it to do. These are starting to get tighter now. It's starting to get tighter up here. It's still grungy. It's still got work to do. If it can get its act together, it will produce a significant tornado. But it's got these kinks. Oh, the sound's working right now. You're a little late, computer. Jeez. Oh, no. We got a new tornado warning up in Kansas. Alright, so new tornado warning for Abilene, Chapman, Buckeye, and Enterprise. And anything around Route 70, Interstate 70. Moonlight, Tallmadge, Abilene, Detroit, Enterprise, Chapman. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Acom? Is it Acom or Acem? I don't know. But anyways, tornado warning for these following counties. Tornado warning for just one county. Northern Dickinson County and Central Kansas. So if you're in Central Kansas and in Dickinson County, you need to take shelter. Anybody along routes Interstate 70, you need to not be driving towards this storm. Let's see where the rotation is actually at, and it is right there. rotation is right there. And the reason why is because, man, you have these left flank velocities, inbound velocities there. And then right in the middle is where the rotation's at. But no tornado on the ground yet. It's radar indicated. But nonetheless, there is a tornado warning for this area, and everybody in this area needs to take shelter. Alright, let's go back down south where we have 3 tornado warnings, 3 supercells, maybe 4 that have tornado warnings, and that could possibly produce tornadoes. Let's start with the first and northernmost tornado warned cell. I think it's ingesting a lot. I think a lot of this is inflow. A lot of this is inflow. All of this is inflow. It's having a rough time getting its stuff wrapped around. It's having a hard time. It's still a supercell because this is a massive supercell. Massive supercell. It's dropping a lot of hail, and it's trying to wrap around its RFD. And if you look at velocities, it's trying to do that, but I think that's contamination. I don't think that's rotation. If that's rotation, everybody in this area needs to take shelter, because if that's rotation, which it very possibly might be, that might be a tornado on the ground here pretty soon. Oh, it just cleared itself up. So it's broad right now. There's a lot of issues with this storm right at the second. If it can get its act together, we can probably see a significant tornado with this northernmost storm. The southernmost storm, however, is doing some stuff down here. It's ingesting inflow, and that might be a tornado on the ground right there. That might be it. But it's ingesting all this inflow. All this blue you see on the correlation coefficient, that is inflow. And if I go back to reflectivity, you could see it outlines the storm. That you could definitely tell that's inflow right there. And look at this storm in general. Massive storm. And then you got its hook wrapping around like that. This might produce a significant tornado. The one south of it, is tornado warned as well. It still has rotation, and its rotation is getting stronger. There's another storm south of that one that is trying to produce rotation. And probably will heed a tornado warning. There's another storm south of that one that also might have rotation. There are storms along this line right here moving in to central Oklahoma right now and may produce tornadoes. The one I'm most concerned about is this one right here in the middle near Hennessy. Everybody in this area needs to take shelter. Everybody. This is confirmed now. It's confirmed now. That's radar indicated, but this one's confirmed. This is a confirmed tornado. Let's go to Corey Gherkin. Wow. That is one heck of a wall cloud. Come on. That's one heck of a storm. That's one heck of a storm. Wow. That's all I can say is that is classic. Classic structure. I don't see a tornado in any of this, though. I don't see a tornado. All I see is this rotating wall cloud. I don't see the tornado. So, I don't know what they're saying about it being observed, because I see nothing here. I don't see anything. He's looking right at it. Because he is right there. He's literally right here. He's looking at this. And yes, there is a debris signature. So yeah, it is on the ground. You just can't see it right now. It might be underneath. It might be wrapped in rain. So that's probably why you cannot see it. It's a confirmed tornado, probably wrapped in rain. It's confirmed. Yeah, it's confirmed. That's a tornado. That's a tornado. That's a tornado. That is 100% a tornado right there. Alright. It's confirmed now. Lacey, Cato, Wakamis, you need to be in your safe space. Anybody along route, State Route 81, gotta get in your most safe space. Alright. I have to eat dinner. I hate to eat dinner right now, but on short notice. But significant tornado. You need to. Everybody that is in this area needs to take shelter. A new tornado warning has been issued for the south of that. That's all I'm going to say about this one. I have to go eat dinner, so I'll be right back. But I'm just going to pause everything. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned from eating dinner. Sorry that was in very, very, very short notice and probably not in the best place to do it. Right when there was tornadoes forming all over the place. So, yeah. But we're back. We are back in business. We're going to do this for probably another hour or two. I am going to... There's probably a bunch of tornadoes that formed. Oh man, it's still going to. Okay. Radar indicated, this one's still observed. That actually might be a PDS. And it's not. But we're going to 2.5 inches in diameter hail. Holy moly. Alright, we're gonna go. Let's stop that. CC. Alright, we're gonna check these storm chasers here. Come on, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Alright. Is there a tornado with this? It doesn't look like there's a tornado with this. Looks like a big mesocyclone. Man, that's a heck of a supercell though. Man, that's getting worse and worse. Alright, what's going on down here? Connor Croft is sitting behind the storm. Brad Arnold is sitting in front of the storm. Aaron J. Jack is still in the same spot. Any new mesoscale discussions that I missed while I was gone? I don't know what all I missed, but alright. So there's a so this is what we have here. We got possibly a tornado there, possibly another one trying to do something there. Alright. We're gonna go back to Vince Walty. Which he hasn't really got anything. Dude, this everybody's stream is going all over the place. Okay, the storm south in Oakwood now. Starting to rotate. The storm south of that starting to rotate now. The storm's up here. What are these doing up here? Big old QLCS. man, excuse me. Alright, well, we're just going to stick with these tornado warnings. So nothing too bad is happening right now.
Number 3, I'm kind of shocked the storms are behaving like this, but now is not the time to take this lightly, because I do think it's going to ramp back up again. Right now, I'm lost on what to do. If I'm honest, I'm lost on what to do here. I don't know how to chase this stuff. I'm lost.
Oh, wow. That's a tornado. That's a big fucking tornado. That is a big tornado. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. That's an observed, but there's still radar indicated, but wow. I think it's still on the ground. I think it's still on the ground. Wow. Goodness gracious. Do these guys have visual on this storm? Does any of these guys have visual on the storm? Please tell me that somebody has a visual on this thing. Vince is racing to it. This thing is going... If there's a tornado in this storm, it's going to be wrapped in rain. Vince, I would advise you to not go any farther than where you're going now. This tornado is going to get wrapped in rain if it's on the ground right now. If this circulation right here can tighten up, that's going to be a very, very significant tornado. This storm is churning. It is churning. From what I've seen, and it's still sucking in inflow. But the inflow notch has got rain inside of it. It's got rain. Big old supercell. Big old supercell. Right here. Big old hook. Absolutely remarkable. You got these reds and oranges moving away from the radar. Blues and greens moving towards. The rotation is right here and possibly right there. There's possibly 2 areas of rotation. If this can solidify, Vince is heading right behind Brandon. I don't think that's a tornado. Man, oh man, this is the one that's probably going to be the one. This is going to be the one. We're just gonna watch Vince for the remainder of this time. If his stream doesn't start to lag out. The storm east of this one. Stream just froze. But anyways, the storm east of this one is starting to rotate. This storm is starting to rotate, starting to get its act together. The storm south of it is also starting to get its act together. There's still high risks down here. This high risk is not over. There's still many, many times ahead of this. There's still quite a lot of stuff happening. What's Aaron got? Oh, wow. Wow. Wall cloud. Look at that. Look at that. That is cool. That's a wall cloud. That might produce a tornado. That might produce a tornado. That might produce a tornado. That's probably producing a tornado right now. Oh, let me check that out real quick. Let me check that out. Struggling. It's a struggling supercell, that's for sure. But man, the one south here is turning. That's probably a big tornado. That's a tornado on the ground probably. Oh man. This thing is churning. This thing is churning and it is not stopped at all. Oh man. Oof. Still churning. It's still wrapping that outflow and RFD around the storm. It's still cooking. And like I said, if it tightens up, it's it's a no-go. Let's check radar scope. Let's check the CC. It's interesting. Let's go back to events, see if the live stream is up again. If it is, we're going to continue to watch it. Oh my goodness. What is that in front of him? That's probably... I think that's probably the funnel cloud / tornado. If that's it, he's driving straight into it. I think that's yeah, that's him right. Yeah. Yeah. So Brandon and Vince are in the same exact area. I'm gonna watch Vince. Because that's probably the tornado that they're driving straight into it right now. They're probably driving straight into it. And his stream just went down. Now it's getting grungy. The radar doesn't know what it's doing anymore. The radar is getting broke. The velocities are going so fast. The radar is just breaking. There's probably a massive tornado in there. There's probably a massive tornado that just went right over Vince right now. Is he still driving into it? He's still driving into it. not on the ground, but man, those clouds are moving so fast. That's buffering. Alright, well, we lost his stream for a second. We're going to check down with all these storms. So we got 2 tornado warnings now. 2 of them have been canceled now. We got a tornado warning still in effect for Deer Creek and Nardin, Eddy, Tinner, Blackwell. You will be in the path of this storm, so everybody that's in Blackwell, you need to take shelter. I think this storm is gusting out is what it's doing. It's lost its inflow. It has lost its inflow, and it's now turning into be an outflow dominant storm, which is good. Yeah, it's pretty much turning into, it's pretty much got storms. The storm south of it has cut all of its inflow off, and it's turning into just an outflow dominant storm. So I think that this tornado warning will be eventually canceled, and a severe thunderstorm warning will be issued for this storm. Because it's lost pretty much all of its velocities and inflow, so it's pretty much gone outflow dominant. Yeah, I don't see anything producing anytime soon with this storm. So that's good. That's good. But Blackwell, you still need to watch out because these storms can form very quickly. Let's go back down here to this other supercell. That is looking extremely impressive. Getting rain wrapped. Absolutely. If there's a tornado in this, nobody's going to be able to see it. Douglas, you're in the path of this. You need to take shelter. Anybody on the outside of this warning, like Covington, Callahan, Hayward, Route 64, State Route 64, Garber, need to heed this warning. The storm is tornadic. It's probably produced a tornado. It actually did produce a tornado all the way back here. And it's still going, it's still churning, and it's not even close to being done yet. It's recycling as we speak right now. It is recycling. This storm has so much outflow and so much inflow that this thing is going to go on for quite a while. So if you are in Douglas and Covington and Callahan and Hayward along State Route 64, you need to take shelter, or you need to be ready to take shelter when that time comes. If a tornado warning is issued for your area, which will happen probably in the next 15 minutes or so, make sure you are ready to get into the air shelter if a tornado is on the ground. We need to make sure people are in their safe space. Alright. There's more storms south of this one. But it looks like the storm that's like right beside this one has ran into it. The storm that was beside it has now ran into it. And I think that's why it's starting to recycle. There's a storm right here and a storm right here, which are both rotating now. This storm's rotating and that storm's rotating. So, yeah. Let me see if there's been a new tornado watch that's been issued. No, there has not. But there has been over here. There's been a new tornado watch over here. And that goes till 3 a.m. Central Daylight Time, which will be 4 a.m. on my time. So yeah, new tornado warning for most of portions of Iowa. Got two. Nope, new tornado warning. Yep, that tornado. I knew it. I just got done talking about this storm down near Custer City. I just got done talking about it. That storm was rotating, and it just now got a tornado warning. So new tornado warning for Arapaho, or however you pronounce that. I think I'm butchering that probably too many times. Custer City, anybody along Route 54, and anybody in this area over here. Thomas, I think you might be fine. You're outside the warning box, but this warning might get extended, or might counter a new tornado warning over here. So this tornado warning is for southeastern Custer County in western Oklahoma and southwestern Blaine County in northwestern Oklahoma. If you're in any one of them counties, you need to heed the warnings. If you're in this tornado warning, if this storm is coming to you, you need to take your shelter right now and be prepared for a tornado to potentially form with the storm. Because as I'm looking at it, it does have rotation to it. There's nothing in the way of this storm from not producing. Still got rotation there. We're just gonna have to watch this. Anybody in this area though, anybody that's underneath this warning, just make sure you're watching out for the storm. The storm's still down south here near Watonga. I think I already said that. It's Watonga. Connor Croft is not on. Connor Croft is on this storm, but he's not really getting anything right now. He's probably trying to head to this storm near Custer City. This storm, on the other hand, is still trying to wrap itself up. It's still trying to recycle. That storm merger from the storm that collided in behind this storm is making it struggle a little bit. But that doesn't mean it's not rotating, because it is still rotating, as you can clearly see on reflectivity. And velocities still show that it's still rotating and still has plenty more to churn out. So it is not over. Storm up north. Yeah, the storm up north is still not really doing anything. Let's see if it still has that same. It does not. I can't even tell what Aaron is doing. The storm is pretty much falling apart. It's now turning into an entire line segment, pretty much. But that doesn't mean that there won't be any tornado threat with these storms. Because as we've seen up here, still, this one has a tornado warning. I didn't even know this one got issued because my sound isn't working, so I can never figure out if a new tornado warning has been issued. Any more tornado warnings around this vicinity that I need to know about? No? Okay. Thank goodness. But anyway, let's see here. tornado warning for Manhattan, and it looks like it's a tornado is going right on top of you. Very populous area. Not a tornado yet, but might be. Radar indicated. Holy moly. Manhattan, you gotta get to your safe shelter. It might be already too late for you. But I'm just hoping that there isn't a tornado with that. I would have got to it sooner if I would have known there was a tornado warning up there, but my sound is not working for some odd reason with these tornado warnings. So, thank you, Radar Omega, for not being helpful at all. Alright, anyways. Still churning. Alright, let's go back to Vince. He is in some trouble. He is now in the RFD and getting slammed with rain. He probably does not know that he's in the inflow notch. Or that he's about... Oh, excuse me. He probably doesn't even know that there's still rotation. There could possibly a tornado... There could possibly be a tornado on the ground. And he might be just driving straight into it. And might not even know. We will see. This storm is nasty. The storm is incredibly nasty. If it can get its act together and start doing what it's doing, it'll have a better yeah. It'll have a better chance of producing a tornado. That's for sure. Alright. Oh man, that dinner. So sucking in an inflow. Storm is rotating. Okay. So yeah, this event's not over. Right, let me just check what the I'm just gonna check real quick what the Storm Prediction Center is okay, they shrunk the high risk. New mesoscale discussion. That did not pop up over here. Still got 4 tornado warnings. I'm really worried about this storm because if it drops a tornado over Manhattan, it's going to be devastating. Okay, it's past Manhattan now. Oh boy. That might be a tornado. That might be a tornado. I think that's a tornado. I think that's confirmed. I think that's a tornado. I do believe that's a tornado. Velocities are gate to gate right there. I think that's a tornado. I do think that's a tornado. That's a tornado. That is 100% a tornado. That's 100% a tornado. Alright, so this tornado is on the ground. Or it was. I don't think it is anymore. Yeah, it's definitely a tornado. Definitely was a tornado that hit Fairmont. Definitely was a tornado there. And possibly still is. It looks like we're getting storms now. Here where I live. I do believe so. Maybe not. I don't know. I thought I heard something, but this tornado... This was definitely a tornado. It was definitely a tornado. That's a debris signature. That's definitely a debris signature. Yeah, that was just a tornado. That was a tornado. That was a tornado. Yeah, that's a tornado. Yeah, that's a tornado. That's confirmed. That has to be. Yeah, that's a tornado. So there was a tornado that went through Fairmont. Okay then. So Manhattan didn't get hit. It went on the south side of it, but there was a tornado still nonetheless. You can clearly see it right here. The rotation's still there. You switch to correlation coefficient. Still a correlation coefficient drop right in there. Differential reflectivity. Lower values right in this area. And reflectivity moved on north. So there was definitely a tornado with this. It had to have been. There's a new tornado warning south of that with this storm down here near Abilene. This one might have a tornado. Oh man, and that's a supercell. That's not one of these storms that's along the line. That's straight a supercell. That's a straight up supercell. That is a straight up supercell. Wow. Oh man. Yep. Grays, greens, that's rotation right there. Reflectivity says it all. Correlation coefficient says it all. Inflow, right? Inflow. Right here. That is pretty much, that is a perfect outline. There might even be a tornado on the ground. Okay, it moved. Yeah, that's inflow. It's ingesting inflow. Yeah. New tornado warning. Definitely was a tornado over here. That was definitely a tornado over here. And still evident on radar, there's still debris in the air. There was still debris in the air. I think they missed this one. Then again, it was a brief spin up. And when you have tornadoes that come with these QLCS lines, they are brief. And they're not confirmed until the following day. So Fairmont did get hit with a tornado. Fairmont was hit with a tornado. I'll go to radar scope and I'll confirm that too. Yeah, that's still a tornado still, probably. Yeah, that was a tornado. That was a tornado. They reissued the tornado warning. This thing is still churning. Okay, well, we have another tornado problem. So, yeah, there was a tornado there. That was a tornado. Not only did this produce a tornado, but it was producing 70-mile-an-hour gusts. Yeah, this was a tornado, 100%. 100%. And this might be the next tornado. Very sporadic ZDR arc. Yeah, its inflows not helping it out. Alright, back to the ones down south because we haven't given them as much attention yet. So, a new tornado warning for this storm down here. Still radar indicated. Alright, Interstate 35. You guys need to take shelter. Hayward. Lucian. Let me take a look at this storm real quick. Holy shh. What is going on? What in the world is going on? There's so much rain in this. It's rain wrapped. Yeah. Fucking Vince is getting the hell out of there. He said, fuck this. I don't want no part of this. So there's we got 6 tornado warnings. 7 tornado warnings. There's another tornado warning up here in South Dakota. There's another tornado warning south of Sioux Falls. And it's another one of them is embedded along the line. Which is interesting. I don't see a debris signature yet. So new tornado warning. How about that? I do believe what they're warning is this right here. I do believe that's what they're warning. That's west of Canton. Canton is gonna miss you. More than likely. Yeah, that's definitely what they warned. They definitely warned that. And that might be on the ground. That might be on the grounds. No, it's not on the ground, never mind. It just looked like it. But it might, like I said, with this big old huge line of thunderstorms, you can get tornadoes. Okay, there's a new mesoscale discussion for Missouri, but it hasn't came up yet. So I got 7 tornado warnings now. There's 7. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just gonna read out the counties that this is for. Alright, so this is for Western Lyon County in northwestern Iowa, northwestern Sioux County in northwestern Iowa, southwestern Rock County in southwestern Minnesota, southeastern Minnehaha County in southeastern South Dakota, central Lincoln County in southeastern South Dakota. Man, Minnesota. getting some heavy rain and thunderstorms. Alright, we're going to go back down to these storms down here because I think these storms might be doing something. They're getting very, very grungy now. This storm is now turning outflow dominant, but it's still turning, man. It's still trying. It's still. Oh, this is observed. It's been so there is a tornado warning with. There is a tornado with this still. I think that's it right there. That might be it. Brandon is not in a good spot right now. If there's a tornado, man, he's driving straight into it, which is dangerous. If there's a tornado with this thing, he's driving straight into it. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. Radar indicating this is observed now. Is it a PDS? Emergency management confirmed the tornado. So it's been confirmed by the emergency management. There's still a tornado with this. There is a tornado warning with this. It's rain wrapped. This is a rain wrapped tornado. And it's dangerous. So you won't be able to see this if this is coming towards you. New severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, so pretty much all the supercells just turned into one big line of thunderstorms. It all congealed into a big old supercell. This storm down here, radar indicated still. It's got some rotation to it. And it's probably got debris. So that might be a tornado. Is any more of this? It's gusting out. Is that rotation? I don't think this is rotation. I don't think that's rotation. I really don't think it is. It's not. It's just a gust front. It's not. Yeah, no, it's just a gust front. If I draw this line in between the red and the green and I flip on the reflectivity, it outlines that entire storm. So that's the gust front. This thing's also gusting out, I can tell. Because if I draw this line right here and velocities, good God. Tornadoes in here. Tornadoes right here. It's right there. Yes, it's confirmed. But the problem is, it's going to get cut off. Because now you got this problem right here. You got this all surging. You got this surging underneath it, and it's going to cut it off from its inflow. Still got its inflow right here, but that is soon to be gone. Because this entire thing is just gusting out. So I don't expect this to live too much longer. But there are more storms forming out in front of this thing. And they're already rotating. How lovely is that? But like they said this is going to be an overnight event. It's almost 9 o'clock. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 tornado warnings now. Still daylight down there. That's a heck of a view. Check this out. This is the supercell right here, and see, it's all its glory. As a matter of fact, he's actually looking south. So he's looking at this storm right here from the back side. He's not looking at this storm. He's looking at that storm. Yeah. Yeah, he's looking at that big storm down south that's massive. And the whole thing is rotating. I can tell because I'm looking at this wall cloud. Or not the wall cloud. The supercell. I've been saying that the whole entire time. It's not the wall cloud. That's the entire supercell. And I can tell the whole thing is rotating. The lightning is ramping up. The lightning is ramping up. So that's pretty cool. That's cool. Right there. Wow. I'm actually going to send this to Nate. Nate Snyder. Actually gonna Really? Okay. Maybe I can't. Maybe somebody already beat it. Bear with me. I'm gonna try to get to my fucking shit because Not what I fucking... Are you serious? Wow, fuck you, man. Alright, well, I locked my fucking account. So, yay. Great. I don't even know my freaking password for this, dude. How do I not... Oh, maybe that... Okay, I'm an idiot. Hold on, I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay, what the hell, man? I'll find it here. That actually worked, okay. Yes, update fucking password. Good God. Yes, okay, thank you. Okay, I'm back. Okay. All right. It's 9:07. I think I've been here for 3 hours. I'm recording. I don't know why I'm recording. I shouldn't be recording. Okay. Uh, so I've been recording for or streaming for over 3 hours, and I think that's pretty much enough time. If you guys want to, if you need to go to another weather live stream person, uh, go to Hockey Boy N8 or just type in Nate Snyder on YouTube. Nate as an N and then the number 8 and then Snyder, and then he should pop up, and then you can watch his stream. He's a very good YouTuber at doing that. And yeah, I think I'm gonna hop off of here because I got stuff that I need to get done, and then I gotta hit the hay before I gotta go to work tomorrow. So yeah, so I thank you guys so much for coming here and trying to cover this event with me, and yeah, it's been a heck of a ride. So yeah, I should see you guys in another live stream sometime. Maybe I'll probably do live stream tomorrow because there is a risk for storms tomorrow for Ohio. Day 2. So yeah, there is this chance over here, and I live here, so and there is a possibility for the chance for tornadoes tomorrow. There's a 10% chance of tornadoes with the 10% hatched risk region right here, which is also for where I live, all the way around here. So that's for tomorrow. But if anything, these other YouTubers will cover this. I gotta have stuff done this week and tonight before I hit the hay, so I want to do that real quick before I go to bed so I can wake up bright and early for work tomorrow. So yeah, I wish I could stay up for this event that's supposed to last for another 5.5 hours. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this live stream. If you guys have been here, if nobody here is, well, then I hope you guys enjoy watching. So please like the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys in another live stream. This is Keaton signing.